Oh my goodness, this is outstanding.
Ray and Neil are on the hunt for their first home in Chicago, and she wants something that has old-timey charm.
You really like that kind of old Chicago kind of look to it.
Built in 1906.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, that's old.
I like that.
But he prefers to keep things sleek and modern.
It's so modern and so contemporary. This is exactly like the kind of kitchen that I'm looking for.
I can't stop looking at the LED flashing lights.
Look at that.
Then there's the issue that he wants move-in ready, and she wants projects.
Definitely need new countertops and flooring. I do think this would be a big project with all this tile.
A lot of big projects in this house.
But projects may be the least of their concerns.
Plenty of seating out
You
here.
hear the train? So it must go right back there, it looks
the
like.
train's
It
right
does. It goes right behind the property.
Yeah, I'll be in lab in like 15 minutes. My name is Diptamon. People call me Neil. I'm a graduate student in a neuroscience program doing my PhD.
My name is Rhiannon, but my middle name is Ray, so I go by that. It's a bit easier. I work as a registered nurse, and I'm a nurse manager on a pediatric cardiac care unit here in Chicago. Any other progress on the OR? We first met here in Chicago about the second weekend I was here, I think.
Yeah.
So I just moved here from Arizona, and I had a friend here. She asked me to come out on a crazy bar crawl in Wrigleyville, and I was like, sure, I don't have anything else going on.
The typical Chicago way of meeting people. It was not love at first sight. You know.
Yeah, I was a little hesitant.
You
It was
know.
a catch, but just took me like 3 months to like him.
Yeah.
But I just was like, I don't have any friends anyway, so.
And then it was about a... Yeah. Harsh.
He was nice.
And then, yeah, and then I had to deal with that for a year, and then we moved in together, so...
After living together for 3 years in their downtown apartment, these 20-somethings are ready to make the leap and buy their first place.
We've been shelling out enough money for rent that we decided we may as well put it towards something that we can own and call some form of investment.
Yeah. We could maybe catch a ball game, grab some hot dogs. So I grew up around the Chicago suburbs, about 30 miles outside of the city. It was awesome living close to Chicago, so that was a good way to grow up.
I just love having the lake so close. It's almost like an ocean, and I love the beach as I'm from the West Coast and I'm used to the sun.
But even though they love the Windy City, they're over being right in the thick of it.
We currently live right in the heart of downtown in the Streeterville neighborhood. It's right on the Mag Mile.
We're a little tired of the congestion.
We're looking forward to hopefully living somewhere where there is more of a neighborhood feel.
Yeah, we're looking for more of a charming Chicago kind of location.
Yeah.
And they both like the quaintness of the city's north side. So that's where they choose to focus their search.
So what do you think about this neighborhood?
I think it's pretty awesome. I love the trees on the street.
Yeah. I don't feel like I'm stepping on a tourist, so that's nice. So my ideal style of home would be to find a very modern multi-unit building, something that has more of an industrial feel to it or more of a contemporary feel overall.
I tend to disagree. I like something a little bit more homey. So I'm more into like a bungalow style home. Here in Chicago, I mean, if it's not a single family bungalow style, at least a building that has some curb appeal with some like ivy is like my dream growing down, planters on the front, the trim on the windows.
I
It's
know.
so charming.
You really like that kind of old Chicago kind of look to it. We're looking for a two-bedroom, at least 2 bedrooms. It'd be nice to have a guest room and then potentially have room for an office space as well.
Neil really likes the idea of displaying his book somewhere, so I could see why he thinks an office is important.
And helping them on their hunt is their agent, Amy.
And what kind of budget are we working with?
About $450 to $475. We qualified for a little bit more, but we really want to keep it under that $475 number.
That
we
should
don't
be with like any potential work we would have to do.
Okay, well, that's a good point. What or how much renovation are you willing to do?
So ideally none. I want something turnkey. I just want to move in and get it done.
Right.
So
I'm a little bit more open, love to customize it, so I wouldn't mind doing a little bit of work.
They agree on an ensuite with dual vanities, a room for a dining table, and Ray really wants a white kitchen, while Neil is primarily focused on its functionality.
the kitchen with a big center island with plenty of prep space and a gas stove, preferably, as I'm doing most of the cooking. Entertainment space outdoors would be really
Definitely
nice.
somewhere to entertain.
As there are only so many months to enjoy outside here in Chicago, I just want to be able to host some people on a deck of some sort.
I will be in touch soon, and
right.
we will get this process started.
Yeah.
We don't have a ton of time here, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, congrats
All right.
again.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
First up, they head to Roscoe Village, about 20 minutes north of downtown.
This neighborhood's really, really nice.
Yeah, it's super cute. It's very charming.
So this is it?
I think so.
All right.
What do you think?
Very modern. I mean, I like it.
I was hoping for more of a bungalow-style home with a lot more charm, maybe some ivy, so we'll have to see what the inside has to offer.
We have a 2008 condo penthouse. HOAs are only $150 a month,
Oh, that's awesome.
and we are looking at $500,000.
Ooh,
500,000 is definitely above
over
our
budget.
A little over budget, but I think you'll be pleased.
All right, let's take a look.
All right, come on inside. So right this way, you have a really nice open floor plan.
Okay.
Oh, everything does flow really nicely into...
Chandelier's interesting, but there's at least kind of seems to be a separate dining space, which is good.
Notice the beautiful
White,
kitchen.
yeah, the white travels into the kitchen. I do love that. The cabinets are awesome.
I love this
got the
hood.
hood.
I love the stainless steel appliances.
Got
And the
the
gas
gas
stove's
range.
awesome.
Yeah.
But I don't know if this island's gonna be big enough. It looks like the counter space is a little bit limited, but it definitely would be workable. It's just not as functional as I was
Yeah.
looking for.
I don't love this backsplash at all. It's something I could consider doing, fixing myself or fixing in the future.
We're definitely already higher than our budget, so I don't know if we're gonna be able to make any fix-ups.
We'll see. It is nice that there's that desk space over there.
But I think it'd be a little limited. Hopefully there's an office space that we can find.
We do have just 2 bedrooms here, so yeah, you might have to sacrifice. But this will
There's
come in handy.
something.
We'll see.
Okay, right this way, this is the spare bedroom.
This room definitely is not both big enough for an office and a bedroom.
Unfortunately, I don't think just having a desk is going to fulfill our needs. It would be nice to have a designated office space.
They make their way down the hall and peek in on a guest bath before taking a look at the master suite.
Ooh, I love that wall.
That's really, really nice.
It's definitely my taste.
Yeah, I think that's both of our tastes. I think we can both get on board with that.
Ray, we do have a double vanity in your ensuite bathroom.
It's exactly what we were looking for.
I'm not sure how I feel about the tiles or the vanity or the look of the bathroom.
But these are
it's-
the kind of
it's-
updates that I wouldn't mind doing, once again.
I want to move into a place that's already good and ready, not having to worry about which projects need to get done. It's just unnecessary stress that I don't think we need to add to this process.
They head up another flight of stairs to a private roof deck.
Check out
Wow,
this deck.
this is amazing.
Oh my goodness.
And look at this view.
The rooftop deck is amazing. That is exactly the kind of outdoor space that we would love to have, and I could really see us entertaining in a space like that.
This is
Really
going to make for a hell of a summer.
Yeah,
We obviously love the rooftop.
it's incredible. The open floor plan is also excellent. The kitchen with the white cabinets is exactly what I was looking for.
It's not having the office space that I was initially looking for, and it doesn't have that big center island that I was really looking for in our kitchen.
I'd say the unit itself is more Neil's style.
Very contemporary feel. I love that style.
You know, there's some nice features that added a little bit of charm, but I was looking for a little bit older, more charming style building. The price is a little bit, you know,
That's the biggest sticking point.
A lot over
It's
budget.
way over budget.
and at that price, I feel like we should be able to move in. While I'm up for doing projects, I just don't know if the budget will allow us to do the updates that I'd really want to do to make this my style.
Sure.
So Amy lines up a house with Ray in mind.
So cute. I love it. I love the posts and the front porch right there.
There you go. I am extremely excited for this.
This Chicago couple is looking to buy a first home that's perfectly made to order. So far, they've seen a condo penthouse that has the contemporary feel Neil wants, but Ray thought it lacked character. Priced at $500,000, it's over their $475,000 max budget, and there wouldn't be any money left over for projects she'd like to tackle. So their agent lines up something farther to the north in the Albany Park neighborhood, about 30 minutes from downtown.
So cute. I love it. I love the posts and the front porch right there.
Yeah.
These
it's,
railings?
It's definitely much more your style.
This house is definitely a pick for Ray. It's not a bungalow, but it's a craftsman-like style. It has a lot of the charming features that she's looking for.
Wow, the stairs are really nice.
All right.
It's a really open space.
Yes, let
I
me
don't know
tell
if I'd
you.
call it open, but it's a big space.
3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths,
It's
big,
pretty big,
yeah.
yeah.
built in 1906,
Oh, wow.
Ooh, that's old.
I like that.
and all for $475.
Wow.
Okay, it's in our price range. It's on the upper end of our price
Upper end,
range, but
but-
yeah, it's definitely within our price range. That's nice. It's a ton of
love
space.
The bay window is beautiful.
Let me show you the dining room.
All
Okay.
right.
Nice
Wow.
big space.
Yeah, it's really large.
Yeah, it's a nice space, but I wish everything was open. I wish it was open to the kitchen. I wish this wall was gone. It would open up to the living room.
That might be something we could take down, though.
Then we're out of our budget. If Ray keeps looking for these projects to find in every house that we look at, then it's going to be difficult for us to be able to find a place within budget. I love the big island, and I love
Yeah.
how much counter space. Actually, there's a ton of prep space in this kitchen. That being said, I don't love the countertops themselves.
No, we would
It's-
definitely need new countertops and flooring. The cabinets are great, though, and the appliances are all stainless steel. You have a gas stove over here.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. I love the functionality of this kitchen. It would be perfect if it was updated, but I just don't think in the budget we'd be able to do the updates that we'd want to do.
Well, these are minor things you could do in time.
Right. I mean, we don't have to do that all right away, but maybe these are the things we do right away, and we save the other projects for later.
All right, let me show you the deck.
Awesome. What is that?
That's actually a hot tub built in.
Oh.
Hey, that's awesome.
But it's kind of in the middle of the deck, which I don't love.
Yeah, it's
kind
kind
of-
of awkward spacing, but I mean, a hot tub's a hot tub, so it's a
Yeah.
good space. It's a perfect space for entertaining
Yeah.
here.
You hear the train? So it must go right back there, it looks
the
like.
train's
It
right.
does. It goes right behind the property. The charm that Ray is looking for in Chicago is not the easiest in their budget. So there are definitely a lot of compromises about this house.
The train is pretty much in the backyard of this home. So if we were to buy this home, we'd have to know that we're going to be hearing that train. So it just might be something we'd have to get used to.
They head back inside and upstairs to look in on a guest room, bath, and a potential office.
Yeah, this is perfect. It's a nice space for working, and there's plenty of light to come in.
Yeah.
Down the hall is the master suite.
I love these vaulted ceilings.
It's a ton of
They're a nice
closet
touch.
space.
It's a lot of mirror action going on
Yeah.
this wall.
We could probably decrease that a little bit.
You could change those out. And then you have an ensuite bathroom.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Look at the size
Wow,
of that tub.
that is a big bathtub and
Yes.
a lot of brown tile. And there's only one sink. I'd rather have more counter space than this giant bathtub. I do think this would be a big project with all this tile.
Yeah.
So
There's a lot of big projects in this house.
I loved that it's a little bit of an older home and has a lot of charming elements. Bay window, the stairs, the hardwoods, like there's so much charm in it.
There's a ton of space. We love the square
Yeah.
footage. There's a lot
Get
of room
that
to
extra
entertain.
office area,
Yeah.
lots of room for entertaining.
Yeah, that's very nice.
And I love that there's, for me, just the right amount of projects, so I could
There's
customize
way-
the bathrooms just to
Way
do what I
too
wanted.
many projects in this house.
Did have that great back deck. I was hoping for a little more privacy in the outdoor space, but
Yeah.
really pretty great for something in the city.
But I'd love to see some place that didn't have quite so many projects.
Okay, we can do that.
So they head out to see another option.
Well, that's pretty great. It's a brand new construction. Thank you very much. Best part about brewery tours.
Cheers.
Cheers.
First-time buyers Ray and Neil are on the hunt for a place in Chicago that has the ability to entertain outdoors. Working with a $475,000 max budget, so far they've seen a condo penthouse with a modern vibe for Neil and a rooftop deck they love. But it was over budget at $500,000. Then they saw a single-family craftsman-style home priced within budget at $475,000. It too had a large deck, but a train line runs through the backyard, and while Ray loved its old charm, Neil thought all the needed projects would break the bank. So today their agent is showing them a model home in the Bridgeport neighborhood, 15 minutes south of the city. Not the north side like they'd prefer.
The neighborhood's a little bit less charming than what both of us are looking for. It's not that much of a neighborhood actual feel. It might be an up-and-coming part of town, which is...
Maybe, but we don't go out around here at all,
That's true.
so we'd have to commute for that.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty great. It's a brand new construction. Love the
Yeah.
brick exterior.
Yeah, I don't know about all the multi-colors with the brick, but...
Hello. Come on in.
Wow.
Hey.
These are some interesting floors.
Yeah, look at that.
They're yellow.
It's a 4-bed, 3.5 bath townhome.
Wow. Massive.
And we're looking at the model home today, which is for sale as is with all of the upgrades at $452,000.
Oh, wow, that's great.
Is there, I mean, are all them like finished? Do we have to get the same with upgrades, or is that customized?
For this unit, there are some customizable options if we went for a different unit.
Okay.
So like we
great.
don't have to have this tile?
Right. Okay. Okay, right off the bat, you have a bedroom. on the first floor.
All right, it's small, but it would work for an office space.
Yeah, definitely. This is perfect office space. I love these industrial accents on these.
Not crazy about this. It's really interesting how they're trying to combine the industrial look with the, I don't know, more
Traditional.
traditional banister here.
Nice.
And check out your kitchen.
I can't stop looking at the LED flashing lights.
Oh,
That's
look at that. There's a. It's a little
so
bit
like
of
a
funhouse
rave
up
going
there.
on in here.
It's fun.
But honestly, it's so modern and so contemporary. This is exactly like the kind of kitchen that I'm looking for, maybe minus the LED lights. Big open island, which is perfect.
The white cabinets are just what we were looking for.
There's stainless steel appliances, gas stove, everything's brand new. We don't have to do any work to it.
And then notice too, you have your space for a formal dining.
That's right, it's your isolated dining room.
Big dining space could fit a bigger table in here.
Yeah, that's true.
And then notice you have a little outdoor space off the kitchen here.
Kind of a smaller space.
Is this the only outdoor space?
This is the only outdoor space.
All right, so
It's a little disappointing.
Back inside, they make their way to the 3rd floor. They look in on 2 guest rooms and a guest bath before heading to the master suite.
I like these floors up here that the wood runs throughout the whole top level.
Yeah, and then this is
they're
an
nice.
example of what it would look like if you did the hardwood option.
Sure.
Okay. All right, so it's pretty big.
Yeah, it's definitely a great size.
And then you have your ensuite bath.
Okay.
Great. I'm not so sure about this vanity. It's only a single sink.
It'd be ideal to have a double sink, but honestly, the aesthetics of all these features, I really like them.
Yeah, but the aesthetics don't make up for the fact that there's not 2 sinks.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we wouldn't notice it as much if we have something nice to look at.
I don't know.
I love the fact that it's modern, it's brand spanking new.
Way too modern for me, personally. There's not really any character or anything charming about this place. There's definitely some odd features to this place that don't have the charm that I'm looking for.
But the best part about this place is potentially we could swap out some of those aesthetic details that you don't like and we wouldn't have to deal with a major renovation. So that's a major positive.
Yeah, it did lack the outdoor space, though, that we were looking for.
That's true.
I did like the kitchen, though. The white cabinets were great. I loved the island.
Yeah.
And the wood floors upstairs, too, were also a nice feature that maybe we could run those throughout the entire unit.
Yeah, we could.
I think this is going to be a really tough decision for both of us, but
Yeah.
we need to mull it over a little bit.
And what they'll need to mull over is what's most important. A large outdoor deck for entertaining, being in their preferred part of town, or staying under budget, even with some renovations.
I think I know which way I'm leaning.
I think it's time we buckle down and make some decisions.
Yeah, I think so too.
This Chicago couple is getting ready to buy their first home. They've seen their options, and now it's time to decide.
So what did you think about the penthouse condo?
It was exactly the kind of modern style that I was looking for.
It was the modern style you were looking for.
That rooftop was incredible.
The rooftop was incredible. However, on the inside of the house, there really was no charm, and we would need to do some updating.
And the problem with that place, it was already way over budget.
Way over budget. Yeah, that one
It
was
was
listed at $500,000, and it was only 2 bedrooms, so you wouldn't get that office that you were looking for.
Well, what did you think about the single-family Craftsman?
I loved the single-family Craftsman. It had
Yeah, I
all
know
that
you
old
did.
charm I was looking for.
Yeah, but it's just so many renovations. The 475 doesn't even adequately measure our budget because we'd be tacking on so many projects.
But it did have great bones, the perfect size with the 3 bedrooms.
True, we would have space for an actual office. It did have a really nice large outdoor space.
But there's also a train to contend with.
What did you think about the ultra-modern townhome?
It's definitely more your taste.
Yeah, I love the fact that it was a new build. It was at the bottom end of our budget at $452,000.
That was great, and that was with all the upgrades already.
One of the really cool things about that place was everything was customizable.
But you still can't add that charm to that new of a home, and I don't think there's much they can do about that. And there was no outdoor space other
Yeah,
than
that's
that
the one thing I hated
small
about that
little
house.
balcony.
But it was massive. It had 4 bedrooms, there was plenty of space for guest rooms, and we would have an isolated space for that office. I think I know which way I'm leaning.
So, condo penthouse?
Yeah.
As much as I love the single-family Craftsman, it would be a lot of work. So I think I'm in for the condo penthouse, too. I just love the outdoor space.
Yeah.
And it had that small desk. So if you wanted to use that as an office, that would be an option.
Yeah. All right, let's
right.
give Amy a call.
All right.
that left side a little bit higher. Yeah, there you go. It's very exciting being first-time home buyers. We learned a lot about the process.
We both had to make some compromises when we chose this home. You know, the home was over budget, but with the help of Amy, we were able to get the price down to $491,000. I think that, you know, in the long run, it's good equity. So I feel like we were eventually comfortable settling at that price, even though it was a little over budget.
I think the fact that we just loved how charming the neighborhood was kind of sold us.
It's a really great feeling being in the neighborhood, and I'm excited to settle in down here. How's my form?
More wrist. Haven't you seen Karate Kid?
We decided to take on a few projects. So one bathroom right now is completely torn up, the master. We're gonna do new mirrors and new lighting and probably do a shiplap accent wall behind the vanity.
Initially, I wanted something that was relatively turnkey. Ray wanted something that had a little bit of projects to work with. So this place was a pretty good compromise. It's totally ready to live in, and by the time that all the projects are done, we'll be ready to move in.
What you doing?
Making some pocket joints for the table.
Nice. One of the things we had to compromise on this home was that there was only 2 bedrooms, and Neil was looking for a 3rd bedroom for an office. But, you know, this house does have the small office space in the living area, which I think is really perfect.
Plus, I don't think I'm gonna wanna leave the rooftop. Even if I have to bring my papers and files up there, I think that's something that I'd be pretty okay with. Perfect. Yeah, that's beautiful.
While we might not have agreed about everything we wanted, we could really talk through it and understand the other's perspective.
When it comes to the decisions that count, we actually can do a pretty good job. Cheers!
Cheers!
This is nice.